Hello everybody, welcome back to My Big Sister Podcast. My name is Grace and this is my big sister Josie.
Hello everyone, and today it is our last episode of the season.
Yeah, we've done 36 episodes now, I think.
We've done a lot.
If that's the correct maths. But yeah, it's the last episode of season 3, so we thought we would just have a little catch up, a little chatty one. We asked you guys for some questions on our Instagram at My Big Sister Podcast, and we thought we'd just go through them all and have a little chat because we're going to be gone for a little while. We make sure you're following the Instagram for any updates on when we're coming back, but we are going to have a bit of a bigger break this time just because there's lots of life stuff going on in our lives. Yeah, lots of stuff at the minute. But if you do want to be updated on what we're doing, we will still both be posting on our own socials all the time, which mine are all at Grace Tutty. Josie, what's your Insta?
At Josie Tutty.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get into the episode. I'm going to go on our Instagram. As I said, I asked for you guys some questions, so let's see what you guys said. Okay, I've got my iPad out because my phone is currently being used to film this podcast. So
you're like a boomer taking a photo.
I'm an iPad kid now on my Instagram. But the first question someone asked is, how are you? That's a nice one to start. I'm doing really well. I feel like I've said this in last week's episode, but I'm so autumnal right now. I'm in the autumn mood. I feel like I'm romanticizing my whole life. Every day when I wake up and it's like raining outside, I'm like,
really?
Yes.
That's so weird.
I've decided to just be happy about the bad weather. Like, I feel like every year
Mental health advice from Grace Tutty. I've decided to just be happy.
Yeah, I've just decided that it's actually all good and I'm happy about the rain.
Don't be miserable.
Yeah, honestly. I think sometimes you just have to just like gaslight yourself into enjoying your life because ever since it's become autumn and it's been like raining every day, it's actually been sunny a few days this month so far, but yeah, pretty much raining all the time. I'm just like, oh my god, this is so nice because when it's raining, I feel like I saw Molly May talk about this in her recent blog. She was saying how like when it's bad weather, like no one expects anything of you and like you don't feel pressured to like be going out doing loads of fun stuff and like spending time with your friends
and you don't feel
and, like,
guilty for staying inside.
Yeah, whereas in the summer, like if it's a really nice sunny day and you don't have plans, I feel like sometimes you can feel like guilty or like, oh, I don't have any friends. Like, yeah, all my friends are at the pub and like in a pub garden and I'm just sat on my own. Like, so I feel like when it's like a rainy day and it's like horrible, it's like it's so nice because you don't feel like guilty about just staying in your house all day and like having a cozy day. So I feel like I've just took on that advice and I'm just like really thriving with the bad weather. I'm just sat, especially since I've moved house, like it's just nice to like sit in my cozy little living room. I'm gonna be like put the fire on and just be cozy and have a great time in autumn. So that's my current mood. So I'm trying to just be happy with the weather getting colder and that's what I'm trying to do and it's working so far. Good. Like the other day I didn't have many plans in an afternoon, so I made myself a hot chocolate in my hot chocolate machine, put it in a little takeaway cup, and I just went on a walk around.
Wow,
I went to like the autumn, like I went on a nice like countryside walk and like the autumnal like trees and leaves, and I drank my hot chocolate and I had a great time.
That actually sounds really nice. I've never thought of like making a hot drink to take on a walk.
Yeah.
I think it's because I'm usually walking when you're like picking up my poo.
True.
So I wouldn't occur.
But yeah, it was nice because it was like it was something to do on the walk, like drink my hot chocolate. Yeah,
that's nice. Maybe I should start doing
that. But and then I couldn't have to spend any money because I just made it at home and took it with me.
But then is it annoying to have to carry a cup for the rest of the walk?
Well, it was a little bit annoying, but I had a big trench coat on, so I actually just put it in my pocket of my trench coat, so it was fine. But yeah, that was what I did the other day, and I had a great time.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
So yeah, that's my answer. How are you doing?
Oh well, I've got a lot going on in the background. I feel like I don't want to say it out loud in case I jinx it.
You're trying to not get like the evil eye.
Yeah.
But you might be going through some life changes.
You can probably figure out what it is if I say that I might be moving house soon.
Yeah. Yeah, so Josie's very busy, so that is one of the reasons we're having a little break between seasons. But
there's quite a lot going on.
Yeah, so you're stressed right now. Is that how you'd sum it up?
I feel
but you're excited.
It's like stressful excitement.
Yeah.
It's like stress, but for a positive reason.
Yeah.
So I am kind of enjoying it, even though it's a lot of like paperwork and annoying things to do.
Yeah, I feel like just moving house is just so stressful.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you're doing, like wherever you're moving, and it's
I'm
stressful.
kind of enjoying the like envisioning the future of like what
are you gonna
it will
start like sorting out all your stuff and like get rid of stuff? I feel like every time you move house you like declutter.
I feel like I need to start doing that, but I haven't thought about that just yet.
Yeah, because I feel like every time you move house, like you get rid of stuff and like there's certain decorations that you might have bought for that specific place you're living in, and then it like wouldn't work in your new space. Wouldn't fit
in a certain
so like
space.
Trying to like get rid of stuff or like buying new things and stuff.
I think my thing is like at the moment my wardrobe is just a complete mess, but I'm also like in the back of my mind, well, there's no point really like fully redoing this because I'm moving.
It gets to a point like when you know you're moving house, you're like, I'm not gonna tidy.
Yeah.
I remember like when we moved out of our flat, see, we had to pay for like a cleaner to come clean it at the end of our tenancy, and I stopped cleaning for like a month beforehand because I was like, I'm paying a lot of money
get your money
to get it clean, so I'm not gonna mop, I'm not gonna hoover, I'm gonna just let
I remember your flat was quite chaotic the last few months.
Because I was like,
what's the point?
Why would I clean when I move out? So it's quite nice to actually just be like, I don't care what I'm moving. But okay, the next question someone asked is, are you going to see Coldplay? I'm not, but I have seen it. It's all over my social media. Coldplay event at Wembley. Have you seen it?
The only thing I think of when I think of Coldplay is that couple that were cheating that got called out at the Coldplay concert.
Honestly, that concert looks so good, but like I just I didn't try and get tickets because I knew it would probably be very expensive.
I feel like I used to be a bit of a Coldplay hater, but I think I've kind of come around to it.
Why were you a Coldplay hater?
I don't know, just like, it was kind of cool to hate Coldplay for quite a long time.
Was it? Yeah. I feel like I don't really. All I know about Coldplay is like not much. So it's just that they have good songs and good concerts. Yeah. Like, how could you hate them? What's wrong with them? What do they do?
I don't know. I just feel is it maybe like they're a bit cringe.
Is it how people hate on like Ed Sheeran? Is it
kind
that kind
of
similar
energy? But I do feel like Coldplay songs are better than Ed Sheeran songs. I mean, I still don't really like Ed Sheeran that much.
I like Ed Sheeran. Like, obviously a lot of his songs are quite overplayed, but there's some songs that I like. I love the Joker and the Queen with Taylor Swift. Yeah, I really like that song, and everyone hates on it.
I think some of his lyrics are a bit on the nose, like are a bit cringe sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he just seems like a chill dude. Just let him sing his songs, I'm not that offended.
It was more when he started saying like, oh, I'm not actually a musician, I'm like a hit generation machine or something, and he was saying like he was just making music to like play the algorithm and like try and generate hits.
Feel like I'm like, go for it. Like, if you want to make money and you know how to do it, go for it.
Yeah, like, but I'm not going to listen to it.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to it. But yeah, Coldplay, I would like to go and see them, but I haven't seen them when they've been at Wembley.
There was something funny when I was in London the other day. Those like tuk-tuk things that people like, someone cycles you along in one of them. And normally they play like really like dance music or like rave music or whatever. One was going along and the music was like a really sad Coldplay song. It was like tears streaming down your face. They're gonna get charged like £500. And these people were just looking a bit like miserable in this tuk-tuk with all these flashing
they must
lights.
Have been going to Coldplay concerts, do you think? Maybe they requested Coldplay.
Probably, but it just made me laugh so much.
Yeah. Someone said, what events have you been to recently?
You probably have a more exciting answer to this than me.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't actually been to a lot of events recently. I feel like when it comes to like the influencer world, a lot of stuff happens in summer, so then this time of year it's kind of like getting a bit quieter, and then I feel like there's more events like at Christmas time and stuff like that. But I went to one with Clinique recently where they like scanned my skin and like told me my skin hydration levels, which I found was interesting.
What were your skin hydration?
Well, so I did have makeup on at the time, so I was like, I don't know how accurate this is because obviously I've got like powder on, so that's gonna come up like dry on the thingy. But when she did scan me, I was 17% hydrated, and 100% is like the best. What are you supposed to be? 100% is like
what?
Good.
Just 100% water.
I don't really know how
does that work?
It was like a little machine. Like, do you remember like back in the day when Number 7 would like scan your skin? It was like that.
But wouldn't 100% just be like covered in sweat?
I guess they have that. I don't know how they worked it out, but I was 17% hydrated. Okay. And she actually said something that made me really think. She was saying how like, because I do use a lot of like hydrating skincare, but she said that if you use like a lot of hydrating skincare but you didn't exfoliate beforehand, like with like a toner, she was like, there's no point doing it because all the moisturizing stuff is just sat on top of the dead skin cells and like it's not going into your skin. So she said apparently Clinique, they recommend that you exfoliate twice a day, which I don't know is too much for me. Like I feel like
it depends what kind, I guess.
I might like break out if I do that, but their whole thing is like you use their toner twice a day. So you wash your face, then you use the toner which has like AHAs or whatever in, and it gets rid of the dead skin layer, and then you put on your actual like skincare products and they soak in better. And it kind of blew my mind because I was like, I've never thought about it in that way, but it does kind of make sense. But obviously I don't know if I'd be doing it twice a day, but I have been using their toner like every evening before I put on my moisturising products.
I think it just, everyone has different skin, and like for me personally, when I used to use a lot of acids and stuff, it just kind of destroyed my skin barrier, and then I was just more prone to having like sore skin, and like for me personally, I just prefer to stay away from those things. I do sometimes do a few different things, like, and I do vitamin C and things like that, but I don't think I'll be going in twice a day.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on your skin type, but I've been kind of trying it out for the past week, although I do have this big spot on my forehead, but that kind of appeared before I started using this stuff, so I don't think it's linked. But yeah, I'm gonna like test it out for a few weeks and see if I like notice a difference, because I think it's interesting. Like, it does make sense, but then I feel like I am the sort of person that is so easily influenced. Like, if I just if someone tells me something, I'm like, that's so true, like I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm a bit sus, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to try it out. And they've got this new like serum that's really nice and moisturising, so I've been using that, which is quite nice. But yeah, that's an event I went to recently, and that's when I wore my famous navy outfit. If you listen to the previous episode, that's when I wore my navy outfit, which Josie said didn't suit me colour-wise.
No, I didn't mean it didn't suit you. I just meant I didn't see like I wouldn't say it was like the best outfit you've ever worn.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was still a good outfit.
Yeah, interesting.
Now I feel bad.
No, it's fine.
I've really like brought you down on that outfit.
So someone said, should I start content creation while I'm still going to school?
Ooh.
I think that's a good question. And I feel like if I was in school, I would be too scared to do it. But then I do think like there's so many people that have got successful while they're still in school. But then obviously people in school are always going to be mean. And like if you are successful, there's always going to be people that are like jealous.
Yeah.
And I know there's quite a lot of young UK influencers. And there's this one girl that like I'd seen online, and you know, I see her at events sometimes and stuff. And then this week I saw her post, "Get ready with me for the first day of year 10."
Whoa.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this whole time that I've
scary.
seen you online, you've been in like year 8 or year 9. Like, that's crazy. And
like, you'd seen her at events.
Yeah, and like she works with brands, and obviously she's so successful, and like it's crazy. And how cool that she's done that at such a young age. But then I was like thinking like, oh my gosh, she's still got 2 years at school. Yeah. Like, imagine probably people are mean to her at school, and like
that's a lot of pressure as well.
And like your teachers would probably be seeing like, and it's just a weird kind of awkward situation, I feel like.
Well, I feel like this kind of thing has been happening for a long time. Like, do you know Tavi Gevinson?
No.
She was like the OG fashion like blogger back in the day.
Yeah.
But she started when she was about 12 and she was getting invited to fashion shows and stuff at like the age of 12, and I used to love reading her blog. She was quite cool and edgy. So, but like no one was really questioning, why is this 12-year-old at this fashion show? But actually I feel like probably you should be questioning this. And like, you know, there's lots of rules around child actors and things and working when you're that young, but I don't think there's rules for influencers in the same way.
I have seen like there's a few like family channels where now the children have grown up, and I think, I can't remember who it was, but one of them was like trying to campaign to have rules put in place in the UK, because I think if you're an actor, like your parents have to set an amount aside like in a savings account of the money you earn, whereas for influencer children I don't think that's
actually
a law.
Apply,
I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called, it's like a Kennedy account or something. It's named after like a certain child actor in the US that they based it on. But I feel like that definitely should be a thing for like kids that are becoming influencers, because if they're doing brand deals based on them and like they're getting paid for them,
like do the brands have certain rules around the age of the people that they can work with? It sounds like they don't really. I
do know like some brands I work with always check if I'm 18, like if it's like, you know, a brand that might sell products like alcohol or things like that, but and some events they will ask, but then a lot of the time they don't, and like a lot of events I go to there is alcohol there, and like there might be younger people, so I think it is interesting, and it's such a new world that I think the brands haven't really caught up, and like are they checking that those influencers, like the parents, aren't just taking all the money for the and a lot of the time it's like that there was that family channel where the kids ended up like being like exploited, and like the mum got arrested in the end, I think, in the US.
Ruby Frankie. Yeah, that was
because of everything that happened, and like I'm pretty sure she would just take all the money, and like it's just crazy like how it's just not regulated. But yeah, in terms of starting posting in school, that I feel like we got a bit deep there. Yeah. But I would say, like, if you want to do it, go for it, but also be aware that, like, your digital footprint is there forever.
Yeah, I was going to say that, like, just try and remember that the things you post will be online forever, so...
Yeah, even if you delete it, like, I always, like, think that, and, like, you know, that there are creeps on the internet, and, like, if you post a video, they can save that, and even if you've deleted it, they've still got it in their camera roll, and they can send it to their friends and things like that, so always be careful, like... I would say, like, even if you think you look great in an outfit, or, like, you've taken some pictures at the beach, like, always be aware that there are weirdos on the internet, and you probably don't want to be posting, like, really, you know, like, pictures of you in a bikini if you're, like, under 18, and, like, things like that. I think you have to be careful, because those pictures will be out there, like, forever. And I think just being aware of, like, your safety, like, if you are posting in school uniform, don't get your school name like in the content. Maybe don't wear your, like, tie if that kind of shows where you live and things like that. And, like, vlogging, like, at school where you can see, like, your school logo, because you've got to think, like, you have to be safe and, like, make sure that you're not gonna put yourself in the position where, like, you know, bad things could happen, or, like, people could turn up to your school and things like that.
And even when you're just filming, just making sure you don't film out your window and things like that, so
and, like, the outside of your house, because I feel like a lot of parents, like, maybe don't understand, and they're maybe very overly cautious, and you're like, oh no, like, you don't understand, mum, like, it's fine, I'm safe, like, nothing bad's gonna happen, but you do have to be careful,
and if you do the more you grow as well, like, the more people that will be seeing it, so it's just keeping safe.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I would say, like, definitely, like, you shouldn't be worried about what people in school will say, like, and you shouldn't listen to them, but obviously with something like that, like, there probably always will be people that are gonna, like, make fun of you or, like, say something about it. But, like, even when I first started posting on social media, I was in year 13, which is, like, the last year of school in the UK, and I remember, like, people saying stuff about it then, and luckily we went into lockdown, so I didn't have to go to school again when I was posting. But yeah, I feel like it is kind of inevitable that, like, someone from school will, you know, say something, or, like, it will be, like, brought up at school. But yeah, I would say, like, this is social media is a good thing, and there's so many good things that can come from it. Like, you can make friends through social media, you could eventually maybe turn it into your job, but I would say just, try and be careful. And, like, if you are really, really young, like, maybe just wait a few years, or, like, you know, you could edit the videos and post them on, like, a private account, so just your friends could see them, because a lot of the time, like, you know, you are likely to get hate comments and things like that, and, like, I think seeing comments like that when you're so young isn't going to be good for your mental health. So I think, just maybe trying to wait until you're a little bit older if you can, but if not, just try and be careful and, like, protect yourself. Someone said, what is your favorite brand for clothes? I feel like I have a few different ones. My favorite brand for jeans now, since I found my favorite jeans, is probably Levi's.
You're obsessed.
Yeah. In terms of, like, coats and wintry autumn things, I feel like a lot of my coats are from, like, Pull & Bear. I also like ASOS Design. I think ASOS Design is, like, their slightly kind of higher end side of things on ASOS, and a lot of their coats are, like, really nice quality. In terms of tracksuits, I always wear Hero tracksuits. They're my, like, most worn clothing item ever, probably. I'm trying to think what else I wear. Where do you get most of your clothes from?
I feel like I just don't buy clothes that often anymore, like, since I've been knitting, but if I do, I usually get probably from, like, Cezanne, and then M&S is actually quite good, because they have the tall versions of things, so when you order it online, you can get, like, tall things if you're tall, or the petite, so that's kind of good for, like, trousers. But apart from that,
you've just been knitting. It's like Josie Violet clothing brand.
Basically.
You've been knitting all your own stuff.
Just my own things.
Someone said, do you have any advice on how to cope with self-esteem struggles? I feel like it's a big question to answer. And I feel like we have definitely, like, talked about this a lot of different times during the podcast. But I would say the main tip that I always say is just fake it till you make it. Like, just try and think, what would a confident person do in this situation? What would... You know, I think I've seen people say before, like, if you feel 50% confident, just think, okay, what would a person that's 60% confident do? Maybe try act like that, and then the next time maybe act like someone who's 75%, and then, like, try and act someone like 100% confident, and every time you might start to feel it actually, like, be true a little bit more each time, and then eventually you're gonna feel maybe more confident, like, actually truly in yourself.
I feel like I have two answers for this, and they're both completely the opposite answer. One is just try to, like, stop thinking about
it.
And I know that's so much easier said than done, but almost just like, you know, interacting with the world. Like if you're feeling stressed at an event, instead of like being in your own head, just go and talk to someone else, go and eat some food, or go and like walk around, look at something, be like, what can I see around me? Like get out of your own head. And then the other thing is questioning what your thoughts are and why you're having them and where those beliefs come from. So like going internally a bit more, like assessing your thoughts, being like, what is this thought I'm having? Why am I having it? And where did it come from?
Yeah.
And I feel like drilling down into like, where did you form that belief? Was it when someone said something to you before? Like, is that actually true? And a lot of the time, if you start to really think about your beliefs that you have about yourself, most of them you'll find are not true. Yeah. They're just like stories that you've been telling yourself for your whole life, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That's like two different answers. Yeah. I think you could probably do both of them at the same time. Like, you know, have do some journaling, have a think about where those thoughts come from. But then after you've done that, just try and like get out of your own head and try to just, I don't know, just do something that you enjoy in the physical world, whether it's like eating something good, going for a walk, like just something that will distract you. I find for me personally, like even though I'm quite an introverted person, I find that when I've been hanging out with people more often, I feel so much better because I have like their stories and their situations that I'm thinking about rather than like everything about me.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's very easier said than done, but I would say like if you are going in like a worrying spiral of like, oh my God, I hate this thing about myself, or like, oh my God, what if this happens? What if this happens? Literally just try and just stop that thought. Like I feel like I'm definitely a very like anxious person, and like it can kind of spiral of like you have one worry and then you start thinking, oh gosh, yeah, and then that would happen, and then oh my gosh, yeah, and I bet they're thinking this, and like it can spiral into like a million worries. But try and just stop yourself at like the first negative thought that comes in your head. Just think, like if you think, oh, I look fat today, I just see myself in the mirror, I look bad, just think, no, you don't. Let's stop thinking like that. Let's think about something else. Let's think, what am I having for dinner tonight? What am I doing next week? You know, I'm gonna go talk to that person over there. Like just stop trying and stop the thoughts before they spiral and get worse and worse. And obviously some things just pop in your head and it's easier said than done, but I think trying to think, no, I'm not going to let myself like go down that road and think all those bad thoughts, and just stop yourself at that point. Yeah. And you can't worry things better. Like the more you worry and the more you spiral, it's not going to make that situation better. It's not going to make people think you look better that day, or like, you know, it's not going to change what anyone else thinks about you. The more you worry, it's going to make you probably more anxious and probably come across a bit weird and worried. And like, so I think just remembering the more you worry about something, it's not going to change that thing, and it's not going to make the outcome better the more you worry about it. So I think just trying to like stop yourself before you get in that like big spiral of worry.
I feel like it's so much easier said than done though, because I'm thinking
definitely.
I'm thinking about the time when I've had the worst self-confidence is when my skin was really bad, and there was a time when I came off the pill. I've spoken about this in quite a lot of other episodes, but like it got really bad to the point where I was checking myself in the mirror like obsessively. Yeah. I was taking photos of my face constantly on my phone. I had like a photo album of photos, and it just got to the point where I was just thinking about it. I couldn't stop thinking about it like any moment of the day, and I wish in those moments I had just done something to distract myself. And I'm sure I did at some points, but I know that there would be a lot of times throughout the day where I was just sat in my room looking at my face, worrying about my skin. And I think the best thing I could have done in that situation was to go play with my dog, or to go cook dinner, talk to my boyfriend, or, you know, just do something that would have made it better.
Yeah, and I think sometimes like being a bit delusional, like sometimes I've been trying to do this thing recently where every morning when you wake up and like look in the mirror, you're just like, wow, you look great today, or like just say something, even if you literally don't believe it. Just be like, well, you look cute, like even though you've got like, you might have a spot on your face, or you've got your hair looks really, you'd be like, well, that's so funny, like you look cute, you know,
that's nice,
like you got frizzy hair, that's fine. Like try and like say something nice, and even if you actually don't believe it, I feel like it's better. Like every time you look in the mirror, just find something you like rather than finding something you don't like. And like maybe in those situations where your skin was bad, you could say, okay, let's not look at my skin. Okay, well, my hair looks nice. My hair is something I can do.
Yeah.
Let's go and curl my hair, and my hair will look nice. And then when I look in the mirror, I can focus on that rather than focus on my skin.
Actually, that's true. I remember once I had like a full on, like, our friends came around our house and I was having a really bad day of it, and I just burst into tears, and I was like, I'm sorry, like, it was so awkward. I was like, oh my God, like, I'm just having a full-on breakdown right now. And then my friend was like, because I'd just been straightening my teeth for the wedding, and my friend was like, well, your teeth look really good. And that actually did make me feel better, because I was like, yeah, you're right, my teeth are looking good right now. So,
I think finding something else to focus on, and like putting on a cute outfit, or doing your hair or something like that to try and like distract from whatever you're feeling insecure about that day. And I think like the same as if you're feeling insecure about a certain body part, or like if you feel bloated that day, it's fine if you want to like cover it up. And the same with if you have bad skin, like it's okay if you want to like put foundation on and not kind of notice that in the mirror. But just find other things that you're liking about yourself that day to try and even if you're not feeling it, just try and like literally just think to yourself a compliment, even if you don't think it's true. And I feel like the more you do that, the more you'll like internalize the good things. Okay, someone said, what's your favorite song currently? That's a good question. I feel like the Sabrina album, ever since that came out, it has been on repeat.
It's been getting stuck in my head so much. Same. I don't know what she puts in her music, but it's so catchy.
Yeah, I really like it's the Jack Antonoff. I think it's him. We're gonna blame him. I really like Goodbye from her new album. It sounds like an ABBA song. I really like it. I feel like a lot of the songs on that new album, they all make me think of like Dua Lipa, the Barbie song. Like I feel like all of those songs are like songs that could be on the Barbie soundtrack, and I really like that. Like it makes me think of like the Barbie songs and like Speed Drive by like Charlie XCX and like Dua Lipa, Dance the Night. Like I feel like they all sound very similar to the whole Barbie soundtrack. So I feel like that they would be the perfect Barbie songs. I'm like, why wasn't Sabrina asked to do a song on the Barbie soundtrack? It really reminds me like of a lot of like Dua Lipa like songs. I feel like it's that kind of vibe. It's just like proper like pop music, like the most kind of pop album you can think of, really.
I'm still stuck on Lord Virgin.
Yeah,
it's just so good. Favorite Daughter from that album, like it's just been on repeat and it's just so good.
And We Cannot Wait for Life of the Struggle.
It's so catchy. And
have we actually mentioned that on the podcast yet? I don't think we have.
I don't think so, no.
I'm so excited for Life of the Struggle.
Yeah, I'm so
it comes
excited.
out so soon.
I know.
I cannot wait.
I just feel like she has sold it in such a good way, like the way she described it on the podcast. I'm like, wow.
I feel like that's what Sabrina's new album is, like just pure pop with 12 songs. That's literally Sabrina's album.
I've never heard her describe something with so much like this
certainty.
Just fully like this is what it is. It's so clear.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like I'm so excited. Did you see though? I don't know if you like are in this side of like the internet, but Gabrielle, you know, Matty Healy's fiance, she commented on a post about basically apparently so some people were saying the album has been leaked, right? I haven't looked at the leaks, but people were saying that like the song called Actually Romantic, by the way, this is, I guess, spoiler alert, this is just what people have been saying. I haven't actually seen the leaks, but
wait, don't spoil it for me if it's a leak.
It's not, I'm not telling, well, I'm just telling you what the song's about. Okay. I'm not going to leak any lyrics because I didn't look at the leaks.
Okay.
But apparently that song, Actually Romantic, it has leaked, or people were saying or speculating that it's about Charlie XCX.
Oh, because of the song.
Because of Sympathy Is a Knife. Is it about Taylor? People was
but Charlie XCX has that song that's like there's a song that's like Everything's Still Romantic, right?
I don't know.
There's literally a song about, wait, let me look it up. Well, it's just interesting that I feel like there's links because there's the song Everything Is Romantic on Brat.
Because Sympathy Is a Knife is basically pretty much about like about, like,
it's
you
definitely
know it is
about Taylor.
Because she literally says, I don't want to see you backstage at my boyfriend's show. Like it's very evident that it's probably about Taylor Swift. And I wouldn't say that song's like hating. Like she's spoken in interviews about how it's like about her insecurities.
It's actually because it's like couldn't even be her if I tried. That's about her insecurities.
Yeah, it's not really about Taylor, it's more about Charlie's faults and stuff. But anyway, regardless of that, so Gabrielle, Matty Healy's new fiance, is friends with Charlie and like they're all very close. And someone posted a TikTok or a reel about like guessing what the songs on Taylor's new album are like, and they were like making fun of it. So they posted one of the titles. I don't know which one it was. It wasn't actually a romantic, it was like a different one, and it was like her like badly singing and being like, this is what the new like making fun of Taylor. You know, when people were like, oh, Taylor Swift songs sound like this or whatever. It was like that. And Gabrielle commented, now do actually romantic. Like now make a video making fun of actually romantic. And it's weird because it's like, so did you listen to the leaks specific, because you're like basically saying, yeah, I've seen the leaks because I know that song's about my friend Charlie, and like I'm like making fun of the song. So it's weird because it's like Gabrielle cares enough to have like seen the leaks and then is commenting and like saying like, I know the song is about my friend, like now make fun of the song about my friend, but the album's not even out yet. Like you'd think she would wait until the album's out to like make a joke about that song, because like it's not even been confirmed that it's about her. Like we don't know if the leaks are real.
I mean, when you heard the song title, I guess everyone just assumed it would be about Travis.
Yeah.
And how things are actually romantic now.
Yeah.
But now that
maybe it's
the Charlie XCX thing is kind of making sense.
It's like, it's romantic how much you are obsessed with me or something like that.
She has a song like Everything is Romantic.
Yeah.
So...
But I think it would be kind of crazy if Taylor did make a song like that, because that's very like direct.
And I feel like she doesn't usually do that unless it's Kim or Kanye.
Yeah.
Or Scooter Braun. Those are like,
or I guess like Katy Perry back in the day.
Or John Mayer. Okay, there's been a few.
Yeah. But I feel like she normally does it about romantic partners, not about friends.
Yeah.
Well, not friends, but like, like other musicians in the industry.
Katy Perry.
Yeah, I don't know. But I guess, she does mention like on songs like Nothing New and things like that, and like Clara Bow, that's about other musicians. So I guess it like wouldn't be that crazy. But I wonder, like, is that song going to be like her responding to hearing Sympathy Is a Knife? Because that obviously came out during this time frame that she was writing the album.
Maybe it won't even be like in a negative way. Like it might just be like, it would be really interesting to hear from her side of things of what it would be like to hear a song like that. That would be so interesting to write a song about.
Like the song Sympathy Is a Knife was quite kind of like a calling out, like saying I don't want to see you backstage or whatever. That is quite like, I would be offended if I was Taylor. Like obviously maybe you can't be that offended because like you're all musicians and you kind of get it, but like you know, I would be like, well, that's mean.
Yeah, it's a bit like, it's very honest, but I do think ultimately this song is about her own insecurities rather than
definitely
hating on Taylor.
But I think if Taylor wrote a lyric like that, it would be like, she would be cancelled. Yeah. Like, it would be crazy. So it's interesting. And I wonder if that song, we're going to find out in a few weeks.
I'm so intrigued now.
Yeah.
But what if it just ends up not being anything to do with that?
Yeah, but I feel like, sadly, like, I feel like some of the leaks are real leaks.
Oh, really?
So I'm kind of like... Oh, I'm sad for Taylor that it has been leaked, and I'm trying to avoid. I like went on my like Twitter muted words, and I muted like leak. Like all the words that like I muted like TS12 I think, and like all the words that like might, so I don't hopefully get the leaks coming up on my Twitter page.
I don't really use Twitter, so I'm safe.
Yeah, but on TikTok, I remember when Tortured Poets was coming out. No, it was Midnights. When Midnights was coming out, I got it leaked to me.
Really?
On my For You page, it just came up.
Which song?
Karma. And it was like, Karma is a cat. And I was like, that's not real. I was like, she would never write Karma as a cat purring on my lap because he loves me. I was like, that's not real.
Because there were quite a lot of fake leaks.
Yeah. Like the Fortnite. And like, Travis gonna be at the big game.
My Travis.
Once to step closer to Kelsey being my last name. Which is true now because they're engaged.
Oh my god.
And like the Fortnite one. Do you remember the Fortnite AI?
What was that one? That was like really good actually.
It was like, how did it go? All I can think of is the actual song now. I can't remember. Yeah, there was a leak for like one of the 1989 Vault tracks that was not real either. But then people preferred the like AI fake version than the actual version. So like you never know with leaks. But yeah, I remember Midnights, it got leaked to me like the day before.
That's so annoying.
But obviously at the time I didn't know if it was real or not. Yeah. So like I guess it didn't really spoil it, but like.
But when you actually heard the Karma as a cat, then I was were you really annoyed, or were you like, that's weird?
I was just like, oh, it was real.
Yeah.
But I like Karma, like the song. Like it makes more sense in the wider like context of the song, that lyric.
It's a bit weird out of context.
And I remember the day before Tortured Poets, the like Charlie Puth chocolate bar lyric got leaked on Twitter, and I remember I did see that, and it was like,
that is an unfortunate
people were like hating on it,
because it is a bit weird.
But yeah, I feel like that it's really sad, but I feel like whenever an artist release an album, if there's like physical copies, then it's just going to get leaked,
yeah, because there's just like hundreds of thousands of employees that have their hands on it.
Maybe she should just not do physical copies until it like comes out, and like,
but that would ruin her sales, so she wouldn't do that,
I guess. But yeah, it is really sad, and like, yeah, it's kind of inevitable that like someo's going to leak it, even if it was just like digital. I guess someone still in the record company could like leak it or like whatever. But I feel like for Folklore, there was no leaks.
But that's because it was a complete surprise and no one knew it was
coming.
No one
was looking for them.
No one was looking for it.
But there must have been vinyls, right? Like,
I guess.
Being produced.
But maybe it was just more secret.
And I guess because it was COVID, like maybe there was less employees. Like there was no shops selling it in
store.
Exactly.
I think it was easier to hide things in COVID times.
Yeah. I remember I was so surprised when Folklore came out. I was at Ella's house and there's a video of us like reacting to the news and we were like so confused.
See, Folklore is what kind of brought me back into being a fan. So I wasn't really a fan before Folklore came out.
Fake fan.
Because like Lover...
I loved Lover when it came out. When Lover came out, it was my favourite album, and then when Folklore came out, it was my favourite album, and then Evermore, and literally every album since, I'm like, this is my new favourite album.
How do you feel about Tortured Poets? How do you feel about Tortured Poets? Like now it's been, how long has it been? Like a year and a half since it came out. Like, because we were saying it was number one.
Yeah, no, it's number one. 10 out of 10, best album. If I could only pick one album to have if you had to delete all her other albums, I would pick that.
Interesting.
Because it's got the most songs, and it's got some bangers, and it's got sad ones, and it's got in between.
True. It has a lot of songs.
Yeah, like I feel like that's your best bet shortly for picking one album.
I feel like at the time I thought it was, but I think Evermore has still just creeped back up. It's still like probably number 2.
I feel like if I think of like all my playlists and like songs I'm listening to the most, I'm listening to that album the most percent compared to all the other albums, because obviously there's more songs on it.
Weirdly, Midnights has been growing on me quite a lot lately.
I really like Midnights, and I feel like now that we know more context, it makes a lot more sense. Yeah, it's really interesting when you think of it about...
It was quite confusing.
It's basically a breakup album, but we didn't know it at the time, and now that obviously they've broken up and we know about like her and Matty and things like that, it makes a lot more sense.
And I feel like since she's announced Showgirl, Bejeweled has become like, has almost taken on such a new meaning, like the music video and everything. And like I feel like Midnights is now having like a weird second lease of life just because of all of those weird connections.
And you know what, I never really like have thought about the fact of, you know, before Midnights came out, she said it was an album about 13 sleepless nights throughout her life. When it came out, I was like, I don't really get that. Like, I don't really think that's true.
Yeah.
But then now I'm like, oh, it does make sense, because like those songs that she wrote about, and I watched this YouTube video where he like put them all in a timeline and like worked out what songs were written about what times in her life, and like now it makes a lot of sense, because I'm like, Question is obviously about Matty Healy, and she's writing about that, probably that song is like about her in like 2014 when she first was with him. And now it makes sense that sleepless night in her life was then.
Yeah.
And a lot of the songs on there, like Bejeweled, Bejeweled is basically about like her maybe being broken up with Joe and like, you know, going out and having a fun time.
Band off.
Yeah. So that was probably written like maybe when she split up with Joe and we didn't know, and then they ended up getting back together, and then when they got back together, that's probably when she wrote like Sweet Nothing. And like, so when you think about it in a timeline, it's like it actually makes sense. Piecing together, like, yeah, and it's starting to make sense. And like The Great War, that was obviously written about like when she got cancelled in like Reputation time, so that's when that was about.
I don't think that. I think that's just about a fight that her and Joe had, like a massive fight when they nearly broke up.
Yeah, but they almost broke up during the Reputation era.
But I don't think it necessarily has to be during the Reputation era.
Have you not listened to that song?
No, I don't agree with that.
Like, look at the lyrics. It's very obviously about that period of her life.
What lyrics? Tell me.
Like, all the lyrics. Like, just all the lyrics.
I'll go back and listen to it with that in mind, but that's never occurred to me.
It's about them, because we know that they almost broke up like a few months or a year into their relationship. She's spoken about that on other songs.
Has she?
Yeah, like on Afterglow, on Lover, but you don't know Lover, so.
I do know Lover, but I don't
and
love
like,
Lover.
Peace. She spoke about it on Peace, how they almost broke up, and then...
But is that during Reputation time?
Yeah, because she said before, like, it's pretty universally known that, like, they got together, he didn't love all the paparazzi and stuff, so they almost broke up because of that, and then they ended up, like, making it work.
Because of COVID?
Yeah, because of COVID, basically. And then basically the same reasons why they broke up. I love how we're speaking about this like so parasocially, as if we know them as people and know all the reasons they broke up. And also, I hope
if anyone's listening who isn't interested in Taylor Swift, they're probably like,
I'm very sorry.
What are you talking about?
I feel like everyone that listens to this podcast surely is interested in Taylor Swift.
Well, some of my friends aren't that interested in it.
Well, we've just given you lots of information.
Sorry, Lauren and Tanika.
You can go figure out what we're talking about.
If you're even still listening.
You know, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok say that since watching The Samurai Temperati, they've become Swifties, because that show, honestly, the amount of Taylor Swift songs is actually getting kind of crazy. Like every 5 minutes, I don't know how they have the budget. I mean, it's good for them and I love it because I love the songs. I'm like, I really understand what she's trying to display because I know the song off by heart and I know what she's talking about. But yeah, the amount of songs in that. And I've seen a lot of people on Twitter and TikTok saying that like they thought they didn't like Taylor Swift and then they kept like Shazamming the songs in the show. Like, I love this song, who's it by? And then they're like, oh, it's by Taylor Swift. I thought I hate Taylor Swift. And
I've never seen this programme, so...
You need to watch it.
I feel like it's about a bit below my age bracket, you know?
I think, but like, I feel like I just love shows like that. Like,
well, I don't even know what it's about.
It's about a girl who has family friends and they're two brothers and then like she's trying to pick between them, basically. Oh. And she's dated both of them. And it's kind of questionable because now we're in season 3 and near the end I'm like, I don't think you should end up with either of them because you have slept with both of them and now it's weird because it's like either one that you end up with, it's like you're gonna have to see the brother at Christmas and like it's weird now. I think she should end up with Cam Cameron, which is her first boyfriend in the show, which is not related to the brothers.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, if anyone is watching The Samurai Temperati, the last episode I think is this week on, I can't remember when this episode's going out. It's either this week or next week. But yeah, I'm very excited for the finale to see which brother she ends up with. I'm assuming it's not Jeremiah now. You don't know what I'm talking about. No. Anyway, yeah, I've been loving The Samurai Temperati. Okay, I think that is all the questions we have time for. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. As we said at the beginning, we will be going on a little break now because it's the end of season 3. But I hope you're all doing really well. As we said, we will still be posting on all our socials still. And I mean, there is a lot of episodes for you guys to catch up on other podcasts if you have missed any. Like,
we've done a lot of rambling.
Yeah, we've posted an episode every single week since January. So you've got like 36 episodes now, I think. Is that the correct
Something
maths?
Like that.
What's 12 times 3? 36.
Well, we had a little bit of a break.
But 12 times 3? Because we've done 3 seasons.
12 times 3 is 36.
Yeah, okay, there we go. You've got 36 episodes, so if you have missed any, then go back and listen to any that you have missed in our little break. And we both do post regularly on our own YouTube channels and our socials, so if you do miss us, then you can go see us over on there. All my socials are at Grace Tutty. Josie, what
and
are yours?
I'm Josie V. Tyler. Josie G. Violet. That sounds quite cool. Josie V. No. I'm Josie V. Tutty on Instagram and Josie Violet on YouTube.
Yeah, but yeah, we hope you're all having a really good week and hope you enjoyed this season and we will see you all sometime soon.
Bye.
Bye.